Suicide is taboo. Some fear if you talk about it, you'll encourage someone else to do the same. It's why Wake County mother Shannon McDonald, whose son killed himself last year, has never been able to share her story with the school district. But we've learned that talking about suicide could actually help save a life, and there is no evidence to suggest otherwise. It's another semester at Roseville Middle in Wake County, but this year, one student is missing.
He had mentioned a couple different bullying instances.
Shannon says other children bullied her son Logan to the point that at just 12 years old, he killed himself.
I vowed just a few weeks after Logan's passing that his death would not be in vain.
Shannon wanted to use Logan's death as a teaching tool for others, educating parents about warning signs she missed. She offered to email parents of Roseville Middle, letting them know what she learned, and to ask them to reach out to her if they wanted to talk about bullying or suicide. Shannon says the school said no and refused to even discuss Logan's death. I wanted to know why, so I reached out to the Wake County School District. They offered this statement that reads in part, neither the superintendent nor the district staff will participate in an interview regarding suicides, as doing could contribute to glorifying suicide. But we've had a statement by the National Association of School Psychologists that contradicts Wake County's reasoning for not discussing suicide. It reads, there is no evidence to suggest that talking about suicide plants the idea.
It's a permanent decision, and once you go down that road, there's no turning back. And I think it scares a lot of people.
I sat down with a group of psychologists in Central Raleigh. They all disagree with the school district and say suicide needs to be talked about in the classroom.
People who don't quite understand suicide just cannot imagine why someone would ever take their lives.
Dr. Pamela Perkins runs the practice.
Do kids copy what other kids do? Yes, sometimes. Suicide really isn't one of those things.
Dr. Perkins believes education surrounding suicide is the key to helping kids find other ways to cope with their problems.
It's almost like put your head in the sand, and if we ignore it, maybe it'll go away.
She wants to see schools have classes on basic mental health issues and depression. She says if we bring it out in the open, the stigma will go away.
If a kid feels more and more isolated and they don't feel like they have permission to talk about their feelings.
But talking about it is not in the curriculum this year for Wake County schools, and Dr. Perkins doesn't understand why.
They'll have counselors in when there's a school shooting somewhere. So why can't you do something like that on a more regular basis?
As for Shannon, she knows she can't bring Logan back, but if his story can save just one life, that's a good start for her. Now, a Wake County spokesperson says 7th, 9th, and 12th grade students do receive signs of suicide training through Healthful Living classes. However, the district could not provide me with a curriculum. Dr. Perkins says if you're concerned about your child, go talk to someone. If they're moody or isolating themselves, that could be a sign. She says it's okay to ask them if they're thinking about hurting themselves. If you or someone you know is thinking about suicide, there is help. There's a number, 1-800-273-TALK. All of that information also on CBS17.com.